What's up, everybody? It is Nathan with the Fantasy Fanatics. I am here with Spencer. We have got your Week 8 running back tier rankings videos. We just came out with the quarterback videos. If you already saw that, we've got receivers and tight ends coming tomorrow on Thursday. We're going to go through every one of these guys, put them as either an RB1, RB2, flex, or bench play in half-point PPR to meet in the middle. You want to get us started with Ramondre?
Yeah, he is our RB17, and I'm trying to figure out. I'll slide him in the end of RB2 tier. Faces the Jets, so not a just a so-so matchup. They're more better against the pass, but he looks like he has fully taken over that backfield over Damian Harris. He looks good doing it. They just got to figure out their quarterback situation, but Ramondre is super talented.
The Gus Bus returned last week with 2 tuds. He finds a flex tier for us this week. He is our RB25 at Tampa Bay. Tampa's got a great run defense normally, but as of recently, they've looked kind of a dumpster fire, as we talked about in the quarterback videos. If you have Gus, you probably held on to him or picked him up late, and you probably have better options. But if you need to throw him in as a flex, you're not mad about it.
Yep, Jamal Williams is going to find the bench. He's a touchdown-dependent handcuff. That's all he is. He's probably going to steal touchdowns away from DeAndre Swift, so you got to live with that. But if you have Jamal Williams, you likely probably have Swift. Yeah, but Jamal, you're not playing him this week unless you're super desperate.
CMC should be his first week as the guy in San Fran. Here's our RB5 on the week. They play at the Rams, so kind of a so-so matchup. You're hoping that he gets more than like 30% of snaps like he did last week, and hopefully you don't see Jeff Wilson on the field. Jeff looked pretty good.
I think CMC will probably get like 50-60% of the snaps. Just work his way up every week.
Yeah, he's too good not to.
Nick Chubb is our RB4. He slots in right above McCaffrey. He faces Cincinnati, so a tougher matchup. But Nick Chubb's going to get probably 30 carries for 200 yards. So that's just who Nick Chubb is.
David Montgomery finds a kind of the back end of our RB2 tier. They play at Dallas, so not a great matchup. Dallas's defense is pretty good. I personally have been talking to Spencer. I think Khalil Herbert is better than David Montgomery, but they love David Montgomery. Maybe that is a scorching hot take. I'll take that one on the chin. I just think Montgomery's going to keep fading.
Devin Singletary is going to be at the top of our flex tier for now. Faces Green Bay. Likely probably going to be a lot of points scored by the Buffalo offense, like always, because they have the greatest quarterback of all time. But Singletary is a mid flex play.
Zeke finds a back into RB2 tier as well, joining David Montgomery. They play each other this week in Dallas. He's our RB18. He's like a little better recently. I still think Pollard is probably the more explosive guy, but Zeke they use around the goal line, which is what you're looking for. You should feel good starting him, as Chicago's defense hasn't been too great.
Yep, this might be the last week we place this guy here. He's going to be our top of our RB2 tier. Faces Denver. This is Nathan's favorite player now that his other player got shot in the leg. No.
What, one got shot in the leg. One's leg
Breece
just
Hall.
went. Yeah, one got shot.
About Breece Hall, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, B-Rob got shot in the leg. Breece Hall just turned his leg sideways, but we rally. We move.
That was pretty good for me. But yep, Travis Etienne without James Robinson now should get 70-75% of snaps. Looks like a stud.
Deonta Foreman. We're going to leave him on the bench. He is our RB27 at Atlanta. I'm still not convinced by anything in that Carolina offense, even though PJ Walker gave them a little bit of a spark. I'm not too confident he's going to keep it going. And Deonta Foreman, I'm just not a big believer in, even though he looked all right. So I think we're leaving him on the bench.
Somebody we're also not believing in, Michael Carter, RB28 this week. This might be his last week here. We're kind of thinking maybe James Robinson has the whole Christian McCaffrey thing where he's not fully in the offense, and it sounds like he may be a little banged up too. So this might be Michael Carter's last week to get 50% of the snaps. So leave him on the bench. Try to trade him away to people overreacting about Breece Hall getting hurt.
Saquon Barkley, our GOAT. He's got an absolute cakewalk of a matchup at Seattle. He's our RB1. You said it, forget it. Dude is an absolute animal. I don't need to see anything else.
Somebody who I've really been impressed with, one of my favorite running backs in the league,
Me too.
Kenneth Walker, faces the Giants. He has looked so good, and he has huge playability. We need to rewind to maybe 4 weeks ago on this podcast when you were just dogging him.
Yeah, when Rashad Penny was still healthy and didn't show Bruce Hall the way to move forward in the season. Kenneth Walker come in for like a few snaps in a row and looked absolutely horrible. And then when he got that lead role, oh my god! I mean,
He looks
like
insane.
Emmitt Smith back there.
He's our RB7. He's the best Seattle running back of all time. So.
New fastest player in the league, by the way.
Above Devin Duvernay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh, is it my turn?
No, it's my turn. Leonard Fournette,
okay.
Mid RB2 this week. Hasn't been great, as we've talked about with the rest of Tampa Bay. They play Baltimore at home. They got to get right. If you have Lenny, you probably have to play him. I doubt you have 2 or 3 better options. You're banking on the volume, but I'm not encouraged by what I've seen from Rashad White. They love him for some reason. And it's time to say your prayers like you're about to say with Najee, but Fournette, you probably got to play him.
Yeah, Najee's facing Philly this week. Not a great matchup. Looks awful. Jaylen Warren looks better still. I mean,
thank you. Finally, somebody agrees with me.
Najee needs a touchdown. So,
someone who does not need a touchdown is Joe Mixon. That man gets like 40 touches a game. They've got a good matchup at Cleveland.
Rightfully so, by the way. Rightfully so. Very talented.
Yeah, and Cincy's offense is absolutely humming right now, and Joe Mixon is at the middle of it. You're setting in for getting it. He's so good.
Nathan, close your eyes. Josh Jacobs is at 6, moving up the rankings every week. He might be at the top 5 next week. I'm not sure, but this dude is. We keep comparing people to Walter Payton, Emmitt Smith,
Barry Sanders.
Yeah, we need to be comparing him to Josh Jacobs. Dude has looked incredible. Faces New Orleans, so a tougher matchup, but what he's been doing, he's an RB1. Set and forget it.
Tony Pollard, he is our RB26. I think he is the very bottom of flex play behind Gus. I think he is the best looking Cowboys running back so far. He looks way more explosive. Zeke's got his injury history and just looks slow, kind of stuck in the mud. If something were to happen to Zeke, I think we're talking Pollard high in RB2, low in RB1. But until then, for some reason they still love Zeke. But you can feel comfortable playing him as a flex if you have to.
Yep, Darrell Henderson is our RB30 this week, which is kind of surprising to me a little bit, being that he is a team's RB1. But he better enjoy what he has right now because Kyron Williams is coming back.
Yeah. Raheem Mostert, high in RB2 for me this week. They play at Detroit. It's a great matchup. And Mostert is really taking that backfield. Chase Edmonds has been dropping the ball in the backfield, can't run with the crab. Raheem is an absolute dog, I think. I think he's one of the most underrated running backs in the league. He looked great in San Fran before he made his arm look like a pretzel. And now that he is in Miami taking over that backfield, I think you can start him with confidence.
See what happens when Aaron Jones gets the ball. He's a top 5, top 10 running back when he gets the ball. But, we got to keep seeing it. Are they going to keep feeding him the ball like they did? He had 10 catches, which is like insane.
It's like Travis Etienne numbers.
Please just keep passing it to him. It's like you hand him the ball 8 times, a halfback dive right up the middle. He's only going to get 30 yards. I mean, use Aaron Jones like he should be used, and he will give you RB1 numbers. But we got to see more of it.
Yeah. Next up is someone who I was not a believer in, and then I watched him play, and oh my god, like he might be a dude. Eno Benjamin. Yeah, I'll say it. I think he's better than James Conner. He is our RB22. He's a flex play for us this week. He looked really good last week, I think, in standard because I went up against him. He had, 18, 19 points?
I think it was 19.
Yeah, he looked really good. So I wouldn't mind playing him again if you got him.
Somebody who he's matching up with this week, Dalvin Cook, is going at the end of the RB1 tier. Faces Arizona, like I just said. I'm at 6. You have him at 11, so you're a little bit lower on him than I am. But I think he gets 20 carries a game, and if you're doing that and one of the fastest running backs in the NFL, you're going to be an RB1.
Yeah. Assuming DeAndre Swift plays this week, he keeps on getting held out, even though he's practicing limited. Normally would be an RB1, but he's going to be a mid-end RB2 for us this week, as I suspect he may be on a pitch count if he does play. He's so good, though. If you have him and he plays, you have to play him because he is an 80-yard touchdown waiting to happen.
Yeah, definitely up there in that RB1 tier when healthy. We're just a little scared of the injury.
Yes.
They might ease him back in there. Derrick Henry is our RB2. Faces Houston.
Choo-choo.
Now that I'm seeing his face at Houston, I might move him back up to 1. He just kills his in division rivals. But yeah, Derrick Henry, set it and forget it, RB1.
division rivals and the Bills. Dameon Pierce, he is our RB10 on the week. I think he is the very top end of RB2 at the moment, right ahead of ETN. Dude's looked really good. Last week had a ton of volume, but didn't put up too many points. But if you have it, you're playing him, no doubt. He's the centerpiece of the Houston offense, and he's like so good. Who do you call him? Barry? Walter?
No, I call him Walter.
Walter.
Yeah,
Walter.
I call him Walter. I don't know why I call him that, but I just call him that. Jonathan Taylor, it's weird having him 100% healthy or close to 100% healthy and not having him at RB1. He just hasn't performed like the RB1. Like he did
And to be fair, Saquon has.
Yeah, and Sam Ellinger, let's hope that at least helps the offense some. You seem to think it will.
I just don't think it can get worse from Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is, I don't even know, like a pick back there. He can't move.
So we didn't talk about him, but we ranked Sam Ellinger higher than anybody I've seen this week. We have him at like 22. So the dude has wheels, but let's just hope he makes this offense a little bit better.
Next up is Alvin Kamara in the RB2 tier right behind Aaron Jones. Too inconsistent. He is so good, but for whatever reason, I don't think they give him the ball nearly enough.
He's a PPR beast, though. He gets a crap ton of catches.
Yeah, he does get. That's what's saving him from, falling further down the RB2 list. He plays at home against Vegas. Vegas is going to score a lot of points, as we can tell. So I think they got to get him, and they're going to be without Michael Thomas. They're going to be without Landry probably. So it's got to be the Alvin Kamara show.
Yep, Bum Robinson is going to be our RB24.
How can you say that about a man who just shakes off gunshots?
I'm just saying it's so much. I texted you like at 3 o'clock and at 4 o'clock. It's so much clear, so clear that Antonio Gibson is so much better than Brad Robinson.
Stop.
I seriously believe that.
That is nonsense.
I seriously believe that. But
that is nonsense.
You're never going to listen to it. Flex play this week just because of volume.
Yeah, Miles Sanders, I think, is at the very top of the flex play. Coming off the bye, should be completely healthy. You always worry about Jalen Hurts vulturing touchdowns from him or the other 12 running backs they play. He's been getting very lucky with the touchdowns as opposed to previous seasons. So I expect that to regress a little bit, hence why we have him as our RB20.
Yep, that's going to be it. Make sure you follow us at the FF Fanatics 3 on Twitter, the fffanatics.com. Check out the website. Yeah, subscribe, leave a comment if you want any videos or anything. We will be live streaming at 8 o'clock Eastern time Sunday morning. It's brutal.
Yeah, pop in, ask us any and all questions. We love hanging out with you guys in the morning before the games and talk a little bit of ball. So we look forward to seeing you there.
Peace.
Peace.